So my first question is this: how do you guys tackle writing this book? So obviously, Dr. Kostenberger gets John, and Dr. Goswell gets Ezra and Nehemiah. Do you rock paper scissors over a Zoom call to figure out who gets what else?
Well, it was not hard. Greg wrote the Old Testament portion. I wrote the New Testament portion. Gotcha. And then we collaborated on the introduction, the conclusion, and the middle chapter on the New Testament use of the Old.
It was a real joy to read through this. There were many new things that I learned, which I always want to be. I always want to be surprised by new things when I read. So I appreciate the work here, and obviously a high recommendation. Again, Dr. Kostenberger, I have out of all the authors, you are the one that I'm collecting the most, and not just collecting but reading. So I was happy to add this to my collection and for use in the future. So talking about kind of what made the team up necessary, what was the kind of inspiration and for working with each other, what was needed in the realm of biblical theology that both of you wanted to add?
Well, I think for both of us, writing a biblical theology is a crowning achievement. It culminates, I think, for both of us, a 30-year process of teaching and writing, studying the scriptures. I dreamed of writing a biblical theology for quite some time, but I knew I could only do it with a congenial Old Testament collaborator. And when I came across Greg's work, especially on book order really in both Testaments, I was very impressed. And I approached him to see if we were sufficiently compatible in our theological beliefs to work together on a biblical theology. And I was pleased to discover that we were. And so we worked up a proposal and submitted it to Crossway, and they enthusiastically commissioned the volume. But we'll see what Greg has to add here.
Yes, that's right. We both specialize in particular testaments, but Andreas and I have both also studied and dipped into the other testaments. So there was that helpful crossover as well, so that we would be able to usefully comment on each other's work, and indeed we'd be open to the insights and feedback of each other. And that was also important. And yes, the whole process was extremely pleasurable. And I know we were both enriched by working together in this kind of way. We're both very much interested in biblical theology, and all the earlier, more detailed work on the Bible then fed into this particular biblical theology, because we wanted our theology to have a very strong exegetical base, not get bogged down in the details, but have a very solid base in the text of Scripture, so that what we were presenting was well founded, and that was very important to us.
Mm-hmm.